if we are now here inside Photoshop and we have one image open to retouch, then it's the perfect time to talk about layers. If you're looking to the layers panel, then you see you have the background layer on the bottom of your layer panel. And if you're now starting with a retouching tool, for example, it's the spot healing brush, then you're working on exactly that pixels that are lying on this layer. And that's bad, because if you made a mistake and if you want to go back, then you have to go to the protocol, or to the history it's called in English, and go back a few steps. But there are often situations where this isn't possible. So what's the solution for this problem? Don't work on the background layer, just create an empty layer. On this layer you can work and you can delete and you can do everything. In the worst case, start over. Just delete this layer, create a new one and start over. And how you can work with this and how or what you have to have in mind if you're working with tools, that's what I will demonstrate right now. So here I'm inside Photoshop again. And right now I will create a new layer, and that's this button here on the right, create a new layer. When I press on this, I have a new layer, and I will definitely recommend to rename this layer retouching, like so. So you know what is done on this layer. And after that you can go over to the spot healing brush. The shortcut is the J key, and it's really important when you're working with layers that you check here these options, or if you're working with my tool presets, you can just take this tool's preset. And you see the diameter is 30 pixels, the hardness is 100, the pressure of the pen from my graphical tablet, Wacom tablet, is the size, and I will sample all layers. Because I have a second layer, I have to see all layers together and retouch them to the retouching layer. If I don't have sample all layers engaged, then I will just work on this retouching layer. And this retouching layer is basically empty. So I would retouch empty pixels to this empty layer. So take this tool preset and then you're ready to go. And all you have to do is just resize your brush a little bit. Here in Photoshop you can use for the resizing the Control and Option key and go right and left, or on Windows Option right mouse click and go right and left, and so you can just resize. If you're working with a tablet, you have the possibility to press harder. So if I want to retouch small, I just press light. If I want to retouch bigger, I can press a little bit harder on my tablet. Then I will go over here as well, zoom out a little bit, this as well, and now I can just start painting over the regions I want to retouch or to fix, and just work through this image. If you're on a tablet and if you want to have a smoother motion, you can hold down the R key and rotate this image, and now I can just paint with my hands here over, and this is done in a brief. This is really easy to do this or to fix the image like so. And here you saw it. I will go to this and escape, so I have the straight image again. Here you saw before that Photoshop retouched in some cars, which I definitely don't want, so I go over just a second time. And if I just uncheck this layer, you see this is the before and this is the after. You can also uncheck the background layer, and then you see what Photoshop renders over these regions. Over here I just want to have a dark region so that the region over here is a little bit better, yeah, like so. And then just see if there are some problem areas or additional problem areas in this image that should get fixed, like so. But now I think that's okay. Maybe over here again, so Control Option left click here on the Mac to resize this, go over, and that's okay. And if I made a mistake, let's see if there is some mistake. For example, I just want to redo here, then just remember that this blob of pixels on this layer and you can just go in with the eraser. I will take this tool preset and just erase this retouching from this retouching layer, and then I can just go over or leave it as it was. I think I will go to the J key and go over again and just see if it's now better. Yeah, I think so, it's okay. And so you have the tools in hand to work with this layer and with Photoshop to fix these problems.